Hi guys, so the weather is getting really hot recently, at least here in Dubai, and I decided to mark the beginning of summer. I'm going to make a delicious summer pudding. So I'm going to start by cutting off the crusts of the bread because we don't want crusts in our final product. We want it to be nice and soft and it would just soak these berry juices up. It's going to be really delicious. So I've seen a lot of people making this and I always wanted to give it a try. Here's the mold I'm going to be using. I just used a glass container with some plastic wrap, and you can see it's overhanging. This is very important since we eventually want to wrap it up, like wrap the bread with the cling film, so that it could come out easily and also compress it into a mold. So we'll start by laying our bread. Now do overlap them and don't be afraid to just press down. Don't forget to also cover the sides. This is very important as well. So now that you've covered all of the sides, we can head inside and start to make the berry filling that we will put into this bread. Okay, now I'm going to add onto the heat some frozen blueberries and strawberries that I have. You could definitely add them fresh. That's also really good, if not better. Next, I'm going to add a punnet of raspberries and a punnet of blackberries. Okay, now I'm going to add sugar, about half a cup of sugar. And we're going to also juice half an orange into this. Be sure not to cook them too much. Berries are very delicate, especially the raspberries and blackberries. You really don't want to give them too much heat till they lose their brightness. Just enough until they've started to bleed out their liquids and the sugar has completely melted. Feel free to adjust the amount of sugar depending on how sour or how sweet you want it. Next, now that the berries have cooled completely, we're going to spoon them into this bread collage that we made. And this is going to also weigh down the bread so that it can actually compress and turn out as a mold, like perfectly molded without breaking apart. Now, using some of the offcuts we have, we're going to cover up the top of the pudding to make sort of like a lid, and we're also going to close the bread down just like that. Next step, we're going to use the cling film. This is why I said it was crucial to keep a bit of overhang and basically wrap it so that nothing leaks out. Now just use 2 cans to weigh it down so that it can actually compress into a mold. And now we're gonna put that into the fridge. Now, with our finished pudding, we're going to unwrap this, unwrap the cling film, and we're going to flip it directly onto the plate. Bismillah. So there is cling film that will make it come out quite easily. And that's perfect. Now you see, remember this berry juice that we got when we were making our berry filling? We're just going to pour that on top. Gives it such a nice hue. Isn't that beautiful? Let that also drip down the sides a bit. You don't really want a lot of white bread visible. You really just want to completely coat it with this beautiful color. And after that, also add some berries on top. These are just some frozen blueberries that I've cooked down a bit. Put that on top. And lastly, as a garnish, we're going to add some icing sugar. We're going to just sieve that on top. Doesn't that look beautiful? Right? And that is a British summer pudding. The pudding that marks the beginning of summer. I really love it so much.